Alright.
I'm ready for special now, anyway. Pay the deeds of the game. Right, I'm going anyway because it's too hectic.
Sure, it's mostly good.
Right, what he's basically saying.
Oh, God.
Jay, why don't you pull?
Hey, I give the other people a chance, you know.
Love that from you. I've always said you're good at charity work.
Hell yeah.
The pinky and the brain, 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 brain. Fucking PD.
Fucking PD.
Fucking PD.
Try these pressures.
Oh, Kelly Lee.
Right, I'm going in the other party. Catch you later.
Best of luck, Dan.
Hey, dude.
See you on the podium.
You won't now.
No, I won't. No, I'm shit anyway.
You cursed it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. My name is Dan Davis, and I'll be bringing you the action once again live here at Simplay Motorsport for the next round of the Pro-Am Series. And here we are at Zolder, Belgium, for the next race of the season. And what an exciting night's worth of racing we have ahead of us. Our first round of the reverse grid. First things first, let's say good evening to everybody who is in the chat and watching tonight, and who is looking forward to a fun night's worth of racing. It's going to be fantastic. We've got beautiful weather here at Zolder. It's looking like a great day of racing tonight, and we are looking forward to the action here this evening. Like I said, welcome back, and like I said, we're here for the second round of the season. It's round 3 and 4, and Zolder will be hosting the rounds this week. After a very dramatic start to the season at Donington Park, we come to Belgium for the more tight and twistier circuits, ones where the curbs are quite lethal around here, and a couple of fun facts about Zolder just to get you an idea of this fantastic circuit that we are at. It's an FIA Grade 2, and it was built back in 1963 and opened on the 19th of June. It is now 60 years old and is still being used today. The length of the circuit is 4.01 kilometers long, and in miles it is 2.4 miles long. It's got 10 corners in total, and the race record is held by Sebastian Bourdais in the 2007 Champ Car of a 1:14.089. Now obviously these boys will not be getting close to that time, so the GT3 record was held by Nico Müller with an Audi RA LMS Evo, and that was set back in 2021 Zolder DTM round, and that was a lap time of 1:27.2. Apologies for the echo. That was obviously my YouTube in the background, rewatching it twice, so apologies for that one. So yeah, the GT3 record is set by Nico Müller in an Audi RA Evo, and that was held back in 2021 Zolder DTM round, and a 1:27.2. Zolder was also held for Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix for 10 separate occasions back in the 70s and 80s. And like I said, 10 corners, length of 4.01, and obviously miles is 2.4, built in 1963 and opened on the 19th of June. Obviously, some iconic moments here at Zolder. Is also known as well for hosting the BMX World Championships back in 2015, and then back once again for a 2015 to 2019. And it's where most of the Belgian squad go to train for the Olympic Games. And you'll find where Slam Speed 1 now is, just to the right-hand side where all the tree line is, that is exactly where the BMX track is. It is located slap bang in the middle of the circuit. And obviously we've seen other couple of fantastic events happen here. We had Top Gear come here with their war against Germany. And that was a great episode to see the Stig versus a German GT driver going the Aston Martin and the Porsche, so that's also a fantastic thing that happened here at Zolder. But more importantly, it is the second round for the Simplay Pro-Am boys, and we're currently watching them do their practice sessions. They've got 20 minutes left of this session, and it's currently Nova who's setting the pace at the minute in his McLaren. In the second place position is Nikita in the BMW, and then you've got Gray in the 666 BMW in P3 at the minute. But more importantly, let's have a look at the standings. It's been a very good start to this season for Matthew Duffman, taking 2 wins out in Donington Park at his home circuit. Obviously, the wet conditions helping him out due to him carrying a restrictor and a kilo ballast as well. So he's actually hampered quite a bit, but in the wet it kind of negated, and it actually didn't have as much of an effect. So able to help him out. But obviously, here at Zolder, we should be able to see that effect kick in a bit more in the drier conditions. It is Matt who leads the way. He's currently on 110 points. He's got a 22-point gap over John Goodday. He's currently PT on 88 points. In P3 is Max Mulder for BTC Jaeger Racing in a McLaren 720 Evo, and he's on 79 points, 31 points behind the leader. Then in fourth place, it's Flem Speed 1 with 94 points to his name, with Kelly Davis is sitting in P5 with 69 to his. Nova is currently in sixth place on 64 points, with DJ Phil only a point behind with 63 points to his name. Dean sitting in P8 with 54 to his name. Then we got PN Phil Araden in the Bentley, 49 points to his name, currently 9th in the championship. And in 10th is Leon Fernie, who currently sits 7th at the minute in the timetables. He's currently 10th in the championship with 46 points. Then 11th place is the Cranky Duckhead with 41 points to his name. And 12th is Dean Wasaki with 39. Then it is Thorson with 38 points. Then we got Micro J's with 37. Nikita is on 36. John Andrews, 16th place, is on 35. And we've also got Peterson in P17. He's on 32 points. 28 points goes the way of Gray in 18th place position. And we've also got then Michelle in current 19th place position in the Ferrari with 24 points, tied with Allsbrook in 20th, and Playman sitting in 21st position with 22 points. We've got a couple of new drivers here with us tonight, and first things first, we will look at this man. It is Jay Winter. He has joined us here this evening. He is running the BMW and an independent. We will see how he gets on this evening. We've also got Evans doing it for the Red Dragon Racing, currently 14th at the minute. Nice to see all these new drivers coming in, and an Xbox driver as well, so I know Boris will be happy to see that one. We've also got Tucker currently out on track not out on track, he's in the pits at the minute. He has joined us this evening as well. Just trying to look through the list of some newer drivers, and I think that is pretty much all the new ones we have this evening. Obviously, a lot of these guys signing up after seeing the great racing we saw out in Donington Park, and we're still getting sign-ups as we go through the week. So it's good to see everyone joining in, and we've got a solid grid tonight. Currently, at the minute, we've got 22 cars joining us, and I think there's meant to be more for the pros tomorrow. So it's going to be a very busy circuit tonight. But it is Nova currently setting the pace. He's done a 29.8. And at the minute, it is Nikita in the other BMW in second place. At the minute, he's only 3/10 off of him. And then Grays, he's only, I think, probably, what's that? That's only 5,000ths off Nikita as well. So two BMWs very similar on pace. And then we've got Storson currently P4 as well. Michelle currently P5 with John Gooday in P6. Leon Fernie in 7th. Tucker sitting in 8th place position with Flem Speed 1 in 9th, and Matt Duffin rounding off your top 10 as it stands. So I said, a very, very interesting circuit here at Zolder. Obviously, we do go to Belgium twice this season. We'll be running Zolder and Spa, and it's the second most known Belgian circuit. As I will try and find a driver that's going to come and start a lap. Was that the 2:17? That is Leon Fernie, and hopefully we can change the camera. Oh no, where is Leon gone? Apologies. We'll go with Nova, actually. We'll go on board with Nova. As we will take a run round the circuit. As you make sure you get a good exit out of the final corner to give yourself the best run down the main straight. Down the main straight we go, up towards the start-finish line, and then you head up to a very fast left-hand of turn 1, braking just before the bridge to make sure you run over the curb. You carry as much speed as you possibly can through turn 1. Then into a very tricky turn 2, braking into the corner, letting the car roll into turn 2, and then it just eke out ever so slightly to tuck it back in for turn 3. Foot hard to the floor, then set yourself up for turn 4, just a drop of 1 gear, roll the car into the corner and get a good smooth exit, heading up towards the very tricky bouncy chicane. You don't want to run too much curves around here, so you're up to the braking zone of 100-meter board. Just a bit deep there from Nova, and he's able to go straight on and miss the chicane. You really need to get your braking on over the crest, down towards the very tricky chicane section, a right, then a left, then back into a right as well. Just one corner flowing after the other. Very easy to get a time penalty or a track limits warning through there. Swooping around the right-hander, up towards the crest, down towards the hairpin, making sure you brake just at the 100-meter board, dropping down the gears, dropping down to first, get it tucked in on the apex, get a good exit through a chicane. There's really nothing really, it's just to kind of put you off, and then head back down towards the final chicane into the final sector, and Nova for me, and we've just been disconnected. So thank you, Nova, for the brief the brief lap around the circuit. Hopefully we should be able to get back in. Fingers crossed. Apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll just get ourselves back into the commentary box. Not sure what happened there, but hopefully we shouldn't have any issues. I'll look on the Discord to see what happened there. Okay, right. We should hopefully get all the drivers back into the session, and they're only going to have 10 minutes left of this session. But that was a quick run of the Zolder circuit. And I say good evening to all the guys in the chat. We've got Hypertech, PN, Just Boris, and we've also got Peaceful Stepdad in the chat. Nice to see you all in the chat. How are we all doing? And are we excited for tonight's race? It is going to be a very, very tricky race indeed. Regarding the format, a reminder of all the guys how the format works. Obviously, we're going into first race, which is a sprint. And this sprint race is going to be a reverse grid order of the championship. So the championship order I read out earlier on, it'll be the reverse grid order. So at the minute, the practice session is just a general practice session, and the server has been set for the correct grid order. Then obviously, once the sprint race is done, they'll then head into a small practice session, 10 minutes, just so that either the drivers can make a few adjustments and changes, or just for a quick break for myself to grab a quick drink. Then also we will head into the qualifying session, 15-minute qualifying session, and see who is the fastest of them all. And then finally into our 45-minute sprint race. And we will see who will be the best of the best here at De Zolder this evening. And if I hopefully should have the Discord. I will not know the reverse grid order, but obviously it's based off championship standings, so it's more likely Matt and John are going to be at the back with Max Mulder, with Flem Speed 1, Kelly Davis, Nova, DJ Phil, Dean, no Phil, so he will miss race 1, so it'll be Leon Fernie, Cranky Duckhead, Dean Wasocki, Storson, Micro G's, Nikita, John Andrews, Peterson, Gray, Michelle, and then Olsbrook and Playman should start on pole position. The newbies should be starting at the back of the pack. But we shall see how everybody gets on here. And I just found out why we reset it. It was the wrong time of day. So it should all be set. Regarding the pros tomorrow, we should be having at least 27 drivers turning up. That is going to be a very, very tight grid, and should be very, very exciting, the most we've ever seen at Simplay Motorsport. We're currently on board with Nikita, but it was Nova who was looking quickest of them all in that earlier practice session. Obviously we had the wrong settings, but it is now correct. We are just missing another driver. Hopefully we will get everybody in. But what an exciting night of racing we have ahead of us. If you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified so you do not miss a single thing here at Simplay Motorsport. And if you haven't done so, please go follow the social medias as well. You've got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Go and follow all those amazing things. And if you do want to be a part of the action here at Simplay Motorsport, then have a look on the Sim Grid. Get signed up, get involved in the Discord, do your hot stints, and you could be a part of the guys here on track tonight. And Finesse is the other new driver that I forgot to mention as well here this evening. And we'll go a little bit on board with Finesse. Where is he? There he is, the black and white BMW. And we will see how he gets on this evening. No, it's a 45-minute race, not 60 minutes. It's always been a 45-minute race. Senna's already saying Max Mulder, driver of the day. Nicely done. He's not driver of the day. So, Nova once again setting the pace at 1:30.6. Is he going to be the man to beat this evening? So, 5 minutes to go, and like I said, it's going to be an interesting one to see how these guys do this evening. Very tight grid, reverse grid as well, so the faster guys at the back of the pack wanting to make as much progress as possible, but it's not the easiest of places of overtaking either. Your best bet is probably turn one with a good exit out of the final chicane, up towards the second chicane if you get a good run through the first sector. The first chicane. So as Nova comes through at the right-hander now, you get a good exit through here, follow the car behind and try and send it up onto the inside of the chicane. It's very risky, but you can pull it off. Most of the rest of the circuit is then very tricky to overtake, but it will then be the hairpin will probably be your real last bet, and the final corner as well, all depending on how well your car is suited and how comfortable you feel and how the other driver is doing, as all these guys currently on track to try and pump in their best lap times and try and get their cars back dialed in with the wrong set, with the different timings incorrectly now. So we'll see how they will get on as Max Mulder is into the hairpin. And we'll see how he gets on, currently third in the championship. Regarding the teams, I forgot to read the teams championship out. It is Jaeger Motorsport leading the way, but only by 7 points ahead of Greasy Bandits Racing, with Team Audiosport Remix sitting in that P3 position. FSO Racing currently P4, with Bullet Bandit sitting in P5. And then in P6 is the Insani Motorsport. Insani Motorsport. Oh, they did tell me the name. I've already forgotten. I'm going to go with Insani Motorsport. With BTC Jaeger Racing in P7, Team Richie Corsa in P8, and still yet to score a point is Red Dragon Racing in 9th. But obviously they'll score points tonight. Regarding the evening Sati, regarding the manufacturers, it is McLaren leading the way ahead of BMW in second, Lamborghini in third, Ferrari in fourth, Porsche in fifth, Aston Martin in sixth, Mercedes 7th, 8th is Bentley, 9th is Honda, 10th is Audi, Lexus is 11th, Jaguar 12th, Nissan 13th, and 14th is the Retia. But I doubt we'll be seeing them. Iceni. There you go, Iceni. There you go, Pian. I hope I've done that right now. Iceni. I think I've got the hang of it now. So yeah, I'm not really much to add to the. Is there a weekly? What's on the weekly roundup? Records for the guys here. I don't believe these are correct. Yeah, I'm not going to go by them. They don't look correct. And milestones haven't been done either. Matt is probably the most successful around here with 5 wins to his name. He hit a Lamborghini not long ago to get one of those wins, so that does help him along a little bit. You can see as well the times have come down ever so slightly since we changed these. It's still the same pace. Nikita still seems to be 3/10 off of Nova at the minute. Nova seems to be having pretty much the comfort of everyone else. He's purple in most sectors as well, and it seems like the middle sector is where Nova's finding all that time. And as you can see as well, Matthew Duffin holding a 20% restrictor in kilos on board, as is Flem Speed 1, but he's not got the restrictor, so he should be a little bit quicker than Matt. And hopefully PM will be able to join us for race 2. He's going to miss race 1 as we got 1 minute left to go of free practice, and we're about to get the reverse grid underway. And there you see Nikita Prasid pit entry, which is always a good thing to see, because if you get that wrong, you're going to get a penalty for sure. Put Matt in the M2. I mean, we did tell him to go in the Retia, but he would not have that, and we proved that the Retia is quick enough to win in Pro-Am, but he didn't fancy taking up the offer, so sadly that never happened. We should really do an old championship series where we just have all the old cars, the Jaguar, the old Aston Martin, the Retia, the Nissan. Although from what I've heard with the new update, the Nissan on the PC seems to be a lot better from what I've heard, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. It is definitely looking like a McLaren BMW kind of circuit here, but from what I've seen in practice for the pros, the Lamborghini is looking quite solid as well. So we'll see how they get on. Flem Speed 1, even with that ballast on board, is sitting in P5 and looking very good. Put him in the Maserati. Oh, the Maserati, what GT4 car, what a car that is. That'll really teach you how to drive. I do quite like the Maserati, to be fair. It's quite fun to drive, but nah, we could do that to Matt. Like I said, we did give him the option to choose older cars, but he wanted the BMW M4, and we were like, well, you're gonna have to have a restrictor and ballast, because we know you're pro pace, and here we are. As Kelly crosses the line, he only goes P15, but obviously we've had a change of conditions and settings. Nova crosses the line, he goes fastest of them all. We're still waiting. Oh no, that is it. So we're about to get the reverse grid underway now. Hopefully this is done correctly, but we shall see. I haven't got an order either to base it off, so we shall see. But at the minute, it looks like, the new guys will start on the front row. So we've got Finesse starting on pole, with Evans in second, Winter will start in third, Richie will start in fourth, Playman will start fifth, Olsbrook will start in sixth, Michelle in seventh, Gray in eighth, ninth will be Andrews, 10th is Nikita, Stawson will start in 11th with Cranky Duckhead in P12. 13th will be Leon Fernie with Dean in 14th. DJ Phil will start in 15th with Nova 16th. Kelly Davis will start in 17th. Flem Speed 1, 18th place position. 19th will go the way of Max Mulder. John Goudet will be starting in 20th. Matt Duffin, your championship leader, starts in 21st. Tucker will start 22nd. Micro Chase starts at the back of the pack. That is our grid order for the sprint race. 20-minute race. And just as I was about to say, yes, Just Boris, absolute carnage into turn 1. Circuit de Zolder. Can we keep it clean? Can we keep it under control? Pro-Am start off. And remember, guys, if the Pro-Am race goes relatively well, you know how the pros end up. So we'll base each race on how Pro and Pro-Am are going to do this week. But we are Belgian. Finesse takes them away. And away we go here at Zolder. We're about to get the third round of the season underway. And they all funnel their way down towards turn 1. Some fantastic liveries that we see here. I know obviously the game's limited to what we can, but the colorways look fantastic. Nice and bright as we get things underway. And yes, Boris, good luck to all the drivers here tonight. It will be Finesse who will control the pace, and we shall see how this gets on. Finesse leads him down into turn 3, and it is going to be absolute carnage. The pit window will open just after a lap 2, or around lap 2. Don't go by my judgment, guys, because I probably will get it wrong. I don't actually know when the pit window will actually officially open, but who's going to be using that pit window to try and get the clean air and avoid trying to use tyres? They shouldn't really need to use fuel or tyres. It'll be a daft choice to do for the sprint race, but I have seen sillier things. Obviously, some people have been having the issue of when they come in to do the pit stop, the car won't drop or lift as quickly as some of the others, so they're probably doing a couple of things wrong. But nonetheless, no one should really be changing tyres or adding fuel to their car. It should just be a straight up lights to flag sprint race. So we've got BMW, Mercedes, BMW, Ferrari, and Lamborghini, Ferrari, BMW, Audi, BMW, and Lamborghini, Honda, McLaren, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Porsche, McLaren, Mercedes, BMW, McLaren, and Bentley at the back of the pack. If they now get themselves in a 2x2, Finesse is got a little bit eager, but the rest of the pack will bunch up. There's no limiter, so they can get themselves back into order. Race 3 of the season. And we are about to get underway here at Zolder for the 3rd round of the season. It is Finesse and Evans who start on the front row. The first sprint race of the season. They all line up ready to go here at Zolder. We'll just wait for the green.
Green light.
And we are green here at Zolder, and away they go up towards turn 1. A big gap in the middle of the pack, but we go into turn 1, and already there's chaos. There's a Ferrari going into the side, and look at all those cars trying to avoid carnage, and there is cars everywhere, damaged left, right, and centre, and there is literally not one car, I don't think, not fair. Kelly Davis is in the wall. There's a Honda facing the wrong way, as Finesse is also one of the ones who's been involved. He's not hitting the rear, but it's Evans who leads the way in the Mercedes with Winter right behind them. They've managed to miss all the chaos. Now they come into the next danger zone of this first chicane. And it looks like we've got more slow cars in the background as they head up towards the first chicane, and it is Winter leading the way, but there goes... Evans is in the lead, but there goes Winter, and there's another car in the wall. There's a BMW in the wall. I think that is Allsbrook. Yes, it is. He is in the wall, and as we said, carnage already, chaos in the start of this race. Evans, though, has managed to get hold of the lead back once again. And they head towards down the hairpin right now. Evans lead the way from Winter, from Stawson, from Flemspeed 1, Leon Fernie, DJ Phil with a decent start, Playman, Nova, Max Mulder, John Goudet, Micro J's, Gray, Duffin, Dean, and Tucker, Nikita, all in the top half as Michelle has returned back to the pits. Cranky Duckhead got involved in all that incidents as well. Kelly Davis has got damage to the front end of his car, but that is the first lap, and already it is the top 2 on their way. The Mercedes versus the BMW, and the Lamborghini of Stawson right up behind them, and his teammate as well, Flemspeed 1, the FSO racing duo, really pestering the top 2 right now. As a lot of drivers will be hoping for the pit window to open very, very soon, because they are carrying a lot of damage. There's the number 7 of Richie coming into the pits, but we're watching the fight, and Stawson gets on the curb a little bit too much, and the Lamborghini's a little bit unsettled, but it's the BMW driver looking up towards the chicane. He doesn't go to the outside because Evans defends the inside, and so far great defensive driving from these guys, and so far both of the FSO racing boys have to go straight on. Leon Fernie's now caught onto the back of him, and DJ Phil is not a million miles away, but it's still Evans leading the way as they head towards the second chicane. Meanwhile, DJ Phil is having a fight with Nova. Nova's been pushed a little bit wide, and the pit window has opened on the start of lap 2, and Max Mulder's at a moment. He's gone straight on. That's going to give a position for John and Matt to go through. Also, Ian Gray goes through, not quite goes through. He's got a little bit more place to make up, as Micro Jace has fallen down the order as well, but Evans still leading the way at the minute, or is it Winters? I still think it's Evans at the stage as the camera finally pans around, but Stawson is right on the rear wing of both of these guys as they head up towards the chicane. Who's going to pit? Leon Fernie's jump Flem speed 1, and Nova goes straight into the pit, as does John. Matt's going to stay out. Max Mulder is going to probably come in, yes, and Ian stays out. Tucker's had a moment. He is currently facing the wrong way in the hairpin and can't get going, as Playman currently 13th. Dean is 14th. So Dean and Tucker both had a moment, and they're at the back. But Evans still leading the way from Winter, from Stawson, from Leon Fernie. The one to keep an eye on now is Nova, who's come in very early to obviously get his pit stop out of the way. 8 tenths separating the top two. It is only, 4 tenths separating the top three as Stawson looks to the inside of the chicane. The Lamborghini up the inside of the BMW, but they somehow not managed to make contact. But they've lost time already to Evans, who's slowly starting to extend his gap as Nova has done his pit stop and he is on his way out. A lot of drivers in the pits. Stawson's still trying to find a way through, but the BMW driver has to go straight on. He gives up the time, and Stawson's still right there, but Winter hanging in there. This is just allowing Evans to extend his gap and pull away from the scramble, as it's Leon Fernie, Flem Speed 1 all in this scrap at the minute for the lead. Flem Speed 1's on the grass. How he's managed to not hit the side of a car, I do not know. 31 Cranky Duckhead speeding in the pit lane. The stop and go penalty for him. Matthew Duffin, even with the restrictor, fastest lap of the race last time out, as DJ Phil looking to keep Matt behind him, as as Stawson and Flem Speed 1 both opt to pit together, and Matt manages to work his way past through DJ Phil. So right now, Nova currently leading of the pit stoppers. Micro Jace has pitted as well, and he's in that second position of the leading pit stops. But it's Evans from Winter, from Leon Fernie. Leon Fernie now starting to hassle the back of Winters right now. We've got a Ferrari exiting pit lane, and Nikita currently, he was a tenth behind Flem Speed 1 as they crossed the line. Obviously he was into the pits. So we'll go back to Leon Fernie and Winter. This is the fight that's closest on circuit at the minute. DJ Phil's just sticking to Matt Duffin as well, so he's not allowing him to get too far away. And Stawson and Flem Speed 1 have gone green. Where is Nova? Nova's now coming into turn 1. This is going to be very tight, but I think Stawson will make it to the corner first, but he looks like he's crossed the white line. Nova splits the two FSO Racing boys, but he's in a scrap with these two now. As meanwhile, Leon Fernie, while we're looking towards those guys coming out of the pits, it is Leon Fernie who ends up jumping Winters here. So Winter losing out to the McLaren driver. But if we go back to this Stawson and Nova and Flem Speed 1-5, Flem Speed just lost a little bit of time to Nova and Stawson, but these two looking very, very fast at the minute. Evans, though, choosing to continue on. Leon Fernie and Winter does so as well. Matt also holding on to that fastest lap at the minute, and the rest of the guys work their way through the order. And there's a couple of drivers who are currently out of position because of pit stops or laps down, so everyone's just trying to find their way through. And Nova's going to send it on the inside of the hairpin on Stawson and gets the job done. Stawson losing the position, and Nova works his way up, but is that going to hold up Nova while the leaders are in getting their pit stops done? Later on we shall see, as Dean now comes into the pits. So at the minute, Evans has got quite a comfortable gap over Leon Fernie. Winter in third, Matt is in fourth, DJ Phil is in fifth, Gray is in sixth, Nikita currently sitting in P7, but he's got lap traffic in his way. Playman currently sitting in eighth, and Nova is your first pit stopper, with Stawson still right behind him. With also Flem Speed 1 following his teammate around us. We see a car exit pit lane right in the way of Stawson there, and Stawson had to lose and lift time there to Nova, and Nova will extend the gap. Micro J is currently 13th at the minute. John Goudet currently 14th, and the Cranky Duckhead has to serve his pit stop. His drop stop and go in a minute. Max Mulder and Kelly Davis, not the start they would have wanted, caught up in the reverse grid order. But that is the fun of the reverse grid. Dean continues on through as Leon Fernie now opts to pit. Winter stays out. Matt now opts to pit as well, as Gray has caught onto at the back of DJ Phil. Can the BMW driver find a way past on DJ Phil? Can the BMW driver find a way past the Lamborghini? DJ Phil holding it strong for the Audio Sport boys, trying to score as many points for him. He runs a little bit wide. That's still allowed the BMW just to get a little bit closer, but not quite close enough. Stawson still giving Nova a hard time. And up towards turn 1 we go. Stawson still trying to find a way on. Nova Nikita still in the pits. A couple of cars exited pit lane. That is Matt. He is split. Nova and Stawson. Matt comes back out on track. So this is going to be an interesting scrap. Now Nova should be able to just pull away from Matt with the restrictor and ballast on board. It's going to be very difficult for him to really keep with Nova. And up towards the chicane they come. And Matt really holding up Stawson right now, as Flemspeed 1 has managed to stay ahead of Leon Fernie. So Leon Fernie's lost a lot of ground in the pit stops. He's lost out to Flemspeed 1, Stawson and Matt. Matt definitely with a very good pit stop has helped him out, as Flemspeed 1 and Leon Fernie had to go straight on through the chicane. Meanwhile, Gray is into the pits, but it's still Evans, Winters and DJ Phil is your top 3. Gray opted into pit. Playman obviously also sticking to his strategy, but he's coming into the pits now in the old Lamborghini. We've still got Finesse, Richie still yet to do their pit stops as well, as they're at the back of the pack. So Evans got a comfortable lead over Winters at the minute. DJ Phil in that position as well. We go back to this scrap. Nova sets fastest lap of the race, and it is Matt trying to do the strongest defense he possibly can hold against Stawson in the Lamborghini. Looks like Stawson's got a little bit of front end damage as well to his Lamborghini. Can he carry that throughout the race? 10 minutes left of the race, so it shouldn't hurt him too much, but he will be struggling with understeer in certain corners. Stawson still can't find a way through. The Cranky Duckhead has served his drive through and stop and go. Nova a little bit slow on exit through there, so that's going to allow Matt just to creep a little bit closer. Gray exits the pits, and he's going to be behind John Goudet. Cranky Duckhead also returning back to track after his stop and go. But Evans finally into the pits, as will Winters. DJ Phil, will he opt to stay out? He does, so DJ Phil carrying on through at this stage, but it's still Evans, and we shall see where he comes out with this Nova, Matt and Stawson fight. Nova's really lost a lot of pace here. He's suddenly lost a lot of time, and Matt is all over the rear of that car, giving him a flash. And Nova defends the hairpin. Stawson's right involved in this scrap as well. The camera's deciding to be completely rubbish and allowing me not to watch the action. I'm very slow panning, but Nova seems to be struggling a little bit here, as he's got Matt and Stawson right behind him. Where is Evans? There he is. And Winters also in, but I don't think they know the rules. I think they're changing tyres. Evans has gone green, and I'm sure Winters will go green momentarily. They do. I think they've changed tyres. So Nova is going to lead this one. Where is Evans? There he is. He's exiting the pit lane, and he's fallen behind these guys. He's even fallen behind Leon Fernie. So Winters now exiting the pits. He's going to drop down the order as well. So we'll eventually get the final order in a minute. Everyone's done their pit stops before Finesse and Richie all still yet to do their pit stops. They'll have to come in before the end of the pit window. And DJ Phil, the only other driver not to complete a pit stop. And so far, so good for Nova at the minute. He's got to defend really hard from Matt and Stawson, who are both looking very, very strong at the minute, and really giving that McLaren driver a headache right now. But it's at the minute McLaren, BMW and Lamborghini, as Nova once again having to defend into the hairpin. They got a little bit of traffic of the Ferrari just ahead. Not sure which Ferrari that is. That might be Richie. Yes, it is. So Richie is going to be coming under some immense pressure from the leaders now. And right now, this is the worst time he could have been caught. Is he going to move to the right-hand side? He's trying to... He's not really get there. He's out of the way. So he's allowed Nova through. Matt's had a poor exit there. And through into turn one they go. Has Matt cleared the lap traffic? Yes, he has. As Dawson trying to go with him as well. As the Ferrari driver should have really just lifted off a little bit more. But either way, no harm was done. Meanwhile, John Goudet and Ian Gray having a great little fight here. 9th and 10th at the stage. Through into sector 1 they go. Tucker also looking like to make a move on Kelly. He's gone around the outside of Kelly and gets the job done as they head up towards the chicane. Kelly's going to stick it out on the outside though. Oh, and he's lost the rear a little bit. And Tucker has to avoid an action. But while these two are having a little bit of a scrap, just behind them is Nova, Matt and Stawson coming through. Flemsby one should have Leon Fernie covered. Evans with a poor pit stop has really hurt him as John Goudet and Ian Gray currently sitting 8th and 9th, and Goudet has managed to find a way through. DJ Phil finally pits, and into the pit lane he comes. Nikita is back in as well as he got damage to his car. Nova from Matt from Stawson. So where will DJ Phil fit in all of this as they head out of the final corner? 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left to go. Oh, and Kelly's struggling. He's gone through turn 1 as the leaders are about to come flying through. Kelly stays well out of the way and allows the leaders to go through. So Nova at the minute still hanging in there. Matt and Stawson with him as well. Oh, wrong button. As DJ Phil now exits pit lane. And who is he going to stay ahead of? He is currently ahead of... Not Evans, he's just ahead of Winters. So DJ Phil heading into the first sector in P7 now. So good run up the grid for DJ Phil there, scoring some decent points. What other scraps we've got going on? We still haven't got Finesse and Richie still yet to put their pit stops in. They're the only two yet to confirm their pit stops. Meanwhile, Matt and Stawson once again just able to catch onto the back of Nova, but then once they get there, there's not really much they can do. As they head up towards the hairpin, they're all separated by 6/10. There's no real other fights at the minute bar your top 3. Leon Fernie's starting to catch Flem Speed 1 once again. And we'll see how that pans out. Matt, once again, just seems to struggle in the traction zones. He seems pretty good in the fast corners, which is where the ballast and the restrictor won't hurt him too much, but it's traction zones where he seems to be hampered the most, as Nova's able to extend the gap again. 6/10 goes to a second again. So it looks like the first and final sector is where Matt seems to be struggling, but the middle sector is where they seem to bring it all back. With only a handful of laps left to go, Nova leads the way from Matthew Duffin in second, Stawson in third. Flem Speed 1 is hanging in there in P4, but he's got Leon Fernie hunting him down. Evans in a comfortable P6 at the minute with DJ Phil in 7th. He's got Winter hunting him down in 8th. John Goudet in 9th with Micro J's in 10th now as Ian Gray's had a moment somewhere. He's down into a 11th place position. Playman currently in 12th place with Dean coming along in 13th place position. Max Mulder currently 14th at the minute as there's a Ferrari going off, and that is M. Tucker currently sitting in 15th. Ahead of Kelly Davis is 16th. Olsborough currently 17th with Cranky Duckhead in 18th. Finesse in 19th with Richie down in 20th. Andrews currently in 21st. Nikita 22nd. And Michelle bringing up the rear. But Nova has got half a second to these guys. Nova heading down towards the chicane. Second is Matt. Third is Stawson. Stawson even closer than ever to the back of Matt. And down the main straight they go. Pit window has now closed. So Finesse and Richie, they've really messed that up because they are not able to get into pits, and that is their basically they're going to be finishing last overall because they've not confirmed with the pit stop, and Nova with these back markers in the way is really helping him keep the two behind. As we look for John Goudet is right on the rear wing of DJ Phil in the Lamborghini. DJ Phil is still he's at a moment somewhere because he's lost out to Winters. So Winter now goes ahead of DJ Phil as John looks to the inside of turn 1, and through he goes. And a good move there from him as DJ Phil looks to come back at him into turn 2 and just puts John off a little bit, but John able to collect it together and get a good exit out of turn 3. Meanwhile, Nova goes through the chicane and has now extended it out quite a bit now to Matt and Stawson. Oh, Stawson hit the curb a little bit too hard. He has got fastest lap to his name, but can he get Matt right at the end? Nova will start his final lap in a few moments' time. There won't be any more lap traffic once they clear the Cranky Duckhead, who's moving to one side. He's got major damage to the front of his car. He's just got to get to the end and score some points. But this will be it. Nova will start his last lap here. Final lap of the race. Can Stawson grab Matt just before the end? And that is the fight to keep an eye on. Flemsby one still trying to hang in there against Leon Fernie, who's right behind him. The 666 drive-through penalty for track limits for Ian Gray, just pushing it a little bit too hard, as John Goudet is also on the back of Winter, so he's going to try and go for him right at the very end. But Stawson within 3/10, he's right on the rear wing of Matt right now, and Matt has just got to hang in there. He's only got 2/3 of the lap to go, and he will be able to hold on to second place. But Stawson is really putting the pressure on. He's on the outside. They made contact. Stawson going to go around the outside of the chicane. Matt's going to hold it strong. They're side by side. Matt gets a wiggle, but Stawson goes through. Up into second place goes Stawson. Matt flashing the lights. He's not happy for some reason. I think that was a fair enough move, and Matt's right up the rear wing. Meanwhile, Flem Speed 1 has lost out to Leon Fernie. Leon Fernie's gone through. Oh no, don't want to do that. There we go. As Leon Fernie's gone off, and that's going to allow him back through. Does Stawson. Matt has gone down the inside of Stawson. Has he got the job done? No, he hasn't. But it's Nova who's going to get his first debut win here at Simplay Motorsport. Into the final chicane they go. Nova in the McLaren is going to win. The Bullet Bandits Racing driver wins the sprint race here at Zolder. Congratulations to Nova. Stawson is going to hang in there for P2 and fastest lap. Matt will get P3. Flem Speed 1 will stay ahead of Leon Fernie right up to the very end. Leon Fernie, great drive though, from 13th up to 5th. Great drive from him. Flem Speed 1 in 4th. Leon Fernie 5th. Evans will finish in 6th. He caught them just at the end. But here's the fight between Winter and Goudet. And Goudet's gone wide onto the grass. They both have to straight line it. Winter will hang on to that position, and he will finish in 7th place position. Then it's going to be Goudet. Then it's going to be DJ Phil in 9th. Micro J's is going to come home for a solid P10. Playman will finish in 11th. Dean will finish in 13th. Who's finished already? We've got Kelly Davis in 15th. Tucker will finish in 16th. Finesse and Richie gains penalties for not completing the pit stop. Cranky Duckhead 23rd. As Michael J's crosses the line to finish in 10th. John Andrews finishes in 20th position and won't actually catch Finesse and Richie, sadly. So he was a lap down. As Playman now exits the corner with Allsbrook right behind him. Playman in 11th, good points for him. And Dean will finish in 12th. Max Mulder in 13th, and it is just Ian Gray who's completed his drive-through, and that is that. Congratulations to all of them. And Michelle will finish in 22nd. He's got major damage to the front end of his car. But it is Nova who is your race winner. And what a first race that was. Fantastic racing from all the guys. And we'll be back in a few moments' time. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss anything here. And have a look as well at the sponsors in the description as well. We've got Audio Sport, Design Manchester, and Bozzy Designs. We'll be back in a few moments' time for the feature race, and we shall see you in a few moments' time.
We clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, two tickets for me going in. Already. What happened at the start? Did you get a clear view?
Yeah, I can't remember. Someone, the Ferrari tapped another car.
No, I mean with the warm-up lap towards the end.
No.
Because like it was hell on the. Someone was backing them up, but we were all getting teleported at the back. So
Yeah,
we had to just
'cause-
start marching forward.
Yeah, because they were all keeping the pace at the front, and someone was clearly slow in the middle.
Yeah,
Don't know
that's what
who.
I mean. And I think that's what's caused a bit of carnage. So Jay Winter 7th. 8th was Hypertech. 9th for DJ. 10th for Jazzy Jeff. Player Man 11th. 12th for Dean. Max Mulder 13th. I Gray 14. Kelly Davis 15. M Tucker 16. Allsbrook.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Where was Allsbrook? Allsbrook 17. John Andrews 18. 19 Nikita. 20 R Michelle. Finesse 21. M Richie 22. Cranky Duckhead 23. And then PN didn't drive that first race, so. That, take a screenshot. Down. That, take a screenshot. Make you black. Make you black.
Right, I need a drink. Be right back.
I know, man.
I've got to get all the batteries charged for racing tomorrow when I get back from work.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Chad, be back in a second.
see if we can continue the winning streak for me tomorrow to both races.
I just started episode 2.
I managed it last week.
This thing then. Ben!
What?
I just started episode 2. I'm back. What you got for me?
Yeah, episode 2. Really long about you. Well, I'm going to continue trying to win my races tomorrow. I won both my races last week. So.
Yeah, I can see they're killing you. The Beamerlet's fucking a struggle. I can see.
I think, Gary, I think you should give that BMW a go.
Nope.
Tomorrow.
No.
No, just give it a go on Zolder tomorrow.
See what time
With the
it is.
setup I sent you. And then we can start work on Nürburgring.
Yeah. I'm going to use the same setup for the Dutch one. What's it called?
Zolder? No.
No. Zandvoort.
Oh, irritating. Fuck's sake.
Honestly, mate, that start, it was just stupid. Ruined my race. I managed to do well. Yeah, I should have been up there with you and over. I got 20 seconds worth of damage. All that.
Nice. Fuck nah. Down, monkey boy. Don't even go there. Fucking the guy's an helmet.
Who is?
Dean.
Why? Oh, he's not turned up.
Gets his missus to message me at 7:30. Oh, he's in bed. He's not well. Yeah, fuck off. Whatever. You were well enough to text me earlier. Yeah, good race, Hypetech, man. Just fucking got overtook off track. First chicane last lap, so I'll be going in for P2. And then just that start, man. I don't know if Kelly tapped me or what, but I know Kelly was off fucking ground. I don't know who tapped me. No one's fault. It were a fucking mess. Whoever backed everybody up needs to do a better job, because that start was a shit show.
Mate, you got loads of drivers who don't know where they are, what they're doing, and how to do reverse grids. It's going to be a bit of a mess.
Do you know the problem though is it'll give us a drive-through for being out of position, so we all had to start charging to front. Do you know what I mean?
I just have to put something in the Discord then. Mate, your Discord is not Discord. Your what's it called? Is going through the intermission, the chat box.
Yeah, I've got to go on my Streamlabs and somehow deactivate this. I don't know why my chat box is going through there. I'm not even logged into my Twitch on the chat box. I'm logged into the Simplay YouTube channel. I'll look inside and get it all sorted. Oh, man. a nightmare. Have me stretchers.
Did either Stawson or what's his name say they were happy to do commentating?
Nova. 2 seconds. Quick access. GT4 sponsors. So Nova. Where's he? Nova, yes. Storenson, no.
I don't even have Nova as a friend, that's the
I
problem.
think if you go as people you've played with, when you invite them, it should be there.
Where's Nova from?
He's English.
Oh, okay.
He's English. Nah, I'm alright, Daz. I'm quite comfortable with how it is, mate. Don't forget I'm set up for ballast as well. So McLaren won that, didn't they? What's that now? 50 kicks wins. Cheers though, man. But I'm pretty comfortable because of the weight and the restrictor, man.
Green light, go, go, go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Sim Play and Motorsport, as we are about to get back underway for the second race here this evening, the feature race. But right now, we are going through a 15-minute qualifying session, and Nova takes his first win of the season and his first time ever at Sim Play and Motorsport. Has that helped him out go up the order? Well, it has indeed. He is currently sitting second in the championship. Right behind the man who's in the commentary box with me, it is Matthew Duffin, who still leads the way. He's got 155 points to his name. Nova's in second now, with John Goudet sitting in P3. Flemsby 1 is in P4, with Matt Mulder dropping down to P5, with Stawson now in P6. DJ Phil going ahead of his teammate up into P7, with Kelly Davis still right behind him in P8. Leon Fernie in P9, with Dean in P10. Micro Chase is in P11 ahead of his teammate Phil Radin in P12. Cranky Duckhead is in 13th, with Nikita in 14th place position. John Andrews in 15th, with Ian Gray sitting in 16th place position. Playman in 17th, with Dean Mustocki in 18th. In 19th is Alsbrook, with 20th being Michelle. Evans is in 21st, with 22nd going the way of Peterson. Winter currently 23rd, with Tucker in 24th. Finesse 25th. 26th is Richie, and Duck Warfare still yet to get his name on the tables. Regarding the team's championship, it is SFO Racing leading the way, currently 9 points ahead of Jaeger Motorsport. In P3 is the Greasy Bandit Racing Boys, with Team Audio Sport Remix in P4, Bullet Bandits Racing in P5, Iceni currently in P6. P7 is BT Jaeger Racing. Team Richie is in 8th, and Red Dragon Racing is in P9. And regarding the manufacturers, it should be McLaren still leading the way ahead of BMW, Lamborghini in 3rd, Ferrari 4th, Mercedes 5th, 6th is Porsche, 7th is Bentley, 8th is Aston, 9th is Honda, Audi 10th, Lexus, Jaguar, Nissan, Retia all still yet to get off the points. Regarding someone in the comment box to do an interview with, we've got the P3 man, Matthew Duffin. And Matt, back in the Pro-Am, and obviously a reverse grid with a bit of ballast and a restrictor around Zolder as well. Probably not the easiest place to work your way through the back of the pack.
No, it's not easy, man. It's don't know what happened at the start. Man, I had to come through the pack a little bit to make sure I wasn't out of position. Someone was backing the pack up a bit too much. But no, it's tough, you know. It's really tough. You can see my pace is down. Fair play to Nova. He's worked hard all week in testing, but yeah, my pace is clearly off, and yeah, shame. But that's what it's got to be in Pro-Am, so it's a good challenge.
Obviously, the reverse grid obviously doesn't help you out being at the back of the pack. Obviously, we now go into this qualifying session with being more further up the grid, be able to help you out and aid you to try and possibly stop Nova, or do you think Nova seems to have you guys in a little bit of a checkmate situation?
I think if Nova gets it on pole, he's got the potential of pulling away. It depends on who can put him under pressure early. We saw Storensen, me and him have a bit of a battle towards the end. It was kind of follow the leader for a bit. I think Nova's beatable. I think it just depends on you've got to get in front of him, or he's got to have a mistake. He didn't put a foot wrong in that first race, and he managed to gap me every time we come out of traction zone. So fair play to him. He didn't put a foot wrong. Great job for him. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, starting at the front's better than being at the back, but yeah, we just got to take this week with a pinch of salt, I reckon, and see what we can do.
Obviously, like I said, Storensen really giving you a hard time. How was it towards the end of that race? He was pretty much in your car for pretty much the rest of the race after the pit stops.
He was good after the pit stops. He was a bit lungy on a few corners, but he managed to avoid hitting me. There was no contact. Last lap, first chicane, we come up to a back marker. I've had a poor run out of, I think it's turn 3, turn 4, down towards the first chicane. He's side by side with me on the outside. He goes across the chicane and cuts it to overtake me, as well as lap the other car. I feel he should have returned the place. I feel it was a little naughty, but I've got to review the footage after and have a look. You know, he took P2 at the line, I took P3. So yeah, we'll have to wait to see. He's got pace, You know, he's obviously not carrying as much ballast as me, which is obviously still restricting him enough to race with these Pro-Am guys, because I don't think he'd have caught Nova. But yeah, a little naughty at the end from him. Yeah, we'll have to review the footage.
And obviously going into the final race, what is the plan? 45 minutes. Obviously, Zolder seems to be quite a circuit that you seem to go quite well on, but with this season, it's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, 5 wins I think I've got here. I've never actually took pole, so to get pole will be a miracle. I think it's just about getting another podium, or at least getting a top 5. Like you say, it's dry. Last week we said how the wet kind of neutralises the ballast and restrictor. This week it's clearly hurting the BMW. It is a track I enjoy. It's a track I really get on with. But yeah, top 5 I think has got to be my goal, and I think that has to be my goal every dry race that we attack and we go to, and we see where we get from there. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Best of luck for race 2.
Cheers, buddy.
And at the minute, we thought Nova was going to be the man to beat, but it's Max Mulder once again looking very quick in qualifying, leading the way at the minute. He's got 2 tenths over Nova, so the 2 McLarens at the minute looking strong as Storensen once again within half a second of Max Mulder, but he had gone off in the middle sector as we now head up towards the final chicane for Nova, and he is coming towards the chicane now. Can he get himself ahead of Max Mulder? Matt's still yet to set a lap time. I believe he's coming to the line now to set one. But Nova goes into the final chicane. Matt only goes 7th, and Nova now comes towards the line. Can he find 2 tenths? No, he cannot. So it's still Max Mulder fastest of them all as Storensen goes into the chicane. It is Flem Speed 1 now on a fast lap, and he exits the final chicane. He's only just got ballast. He's not got a restrictor, and towards the line he comes, and he still stays P4 at the minute. 31. That is Cranky Duckhead coming into at the final chicane, and he's going to invalidate his lap. So the next car on a valid lap, I believe, is the 22 of Kelly Davis. It is, as he goes into the hairpin. And what can Kelly do as he comes towards the chicane? And now everyone currently trying to get their decent lap times on the board, but at the minute it is not working out for some of these guys, and a few more coming towards the line. I hear a McLaren exiting the chicane, but Kelly Davis towards the line. He's the next one to put a lap time on the board, and he will go He hasn't put a lap time. He invalidated it in the end. And we've got a whole flux of cars coming through. We've got the BMW of Ian Gray. He looks quite fast in the BMW here tonight as the Lamborghini of Playman goes P9. Ian Gray, no improvement. As Winter now crosses the line, he goes into 15th. Who else is on a lap time? Is, I believe, Nikita into the final chicane. Is on a lap. Oh, he's had a little bit of a wiggle there. Not the best exit for him. And just in the background is the McLaren of Nova, as he found 2/10. Not quite half a tenth off now. He's 42 hundredths off of Max Mulder. Max Mulder setting the pace still at the minute. He's not improved as of yet, but we've now got Stawson to the line. Any improvement? He does find some time. He's now 4/10 behind as Matt goes up into P4. Flem Speed 1, no improvements. The two restricted boys just off the pace a little bit, and you can see that restrictor and ballast really starting to affect Olsbrook towards the line. Any improvement from him? No, he'll stay at P19. Cranky Duckhead, no improvement either. So we look further back. The number 8 of John Goudet exiting the final chicane. Towards the line he comes. Who's behind him? That's Leon Fernie on a lap time. And John goes into P5. Leon Fernie to the line. No improvement. He will start another lap. And a few guys just invalidating their lap times just as they come to the end of the lap. And at the minute, Ian Gray towards the line. Just ahead of him is Max Mulder, the number 3 car. Tross and I to start his fastest lap. Ian Gray finds a couple hundreds, but nothing amazing. As they all come flying through, Nikita is into the final sector in his BMW. We've got the two... Micro J's goes into 17th place. We have got Phil Radin in here with us now. And we've got a car coming into the final sector, I believe. John Andrews has gone out to do a lap time. And who's in the final chicane? That is Flem Speed 1. Any improvement on P6? He finds a little bit of time, but not enough to go ahead of anybody else at this stage. Quite a lot of cars in the final sector, and one of them is Nova, and I think he's going to start another lap here. We've got the Ferrari crossing the line, and no improvement from the Ferrari. So it's still Max Mulder who's fastest of them all. The current order is Max, from Nova, from Stawson, from Matt, from John Goudet, and Flem Speed 1. Ian currently 7th. Leon Fernie is in 8th. He is on a valid lap time. Towards the line he comes, and he goes up to 7th. So Ian's dropped down to 8th. Nikita currently 9th, and Tucker is in 10th place position. I don't think he's coming out. Where is Ian Gray? There he is. Through the final sector he comes. As Max Mulder looks like he's trying to give himself a gap. Ian, any improvement? Yes, he goes up to P4. The BMW driver finding the time. As Max Mulder bounces over the curb. We got the number 56. I believe that is. Yeah, the 56 of Winter crossing the line and improves. And then we got the 888 of Nikita, or was Nikita, and he's gone off. So a lot of these guys are not going any faster. They're literally finding the limits right now. And most of them are in valid lap times. Max Mulder is in the pits. Will that be him done for the session? And into the final chicane comes Nova. He is on a valid lap. Has he found that half a tenth he needs? He's got a little bit of a toe from John. Any improvement? No, he does not improve. Where is Stawson? He is in the final chicane. He is not on a valid lap. But we do have Leon Fernie, who is on a valid lap. And Leon Fernie, no improvement. So right now, all these guys just seem to be struggling to find that little bit of time now just to improve where they need to in certain places. Finesse entering the final part of the lap. Towards the line he comes. Number 30 stays 17th. No real big improvements at the minute. Ian Gray goes into the first sector. He's looking to try and finish the session off on a high. Max Mulder has managed to get back out on track. He should have one more run at this. John Andrews is finally on a valid lap time. Here he comes to the line, the Audi driver. Any improvement? He gets the time on the board and goes up into 22nd position. The 721, that is Flem Speed 1. He exits the chicane. John towards line, and he jumps ahead of his fellow ballast driver of Matt and goes up into P5 as Nova's really struggling with a Mercedes right in his way. Ian, though, is currently on a bad lap time. He's got a bit of traffic himself as we look to with a car with 7 on the end. I can't actually see the names because the numbers, they are really irritating. Stawson, the 87, into the final chicane. He is on a lap time. He's really got no one in his way. He's got Nikita ahead of him. So here comes Stawson up towards the line. Any improvement? No, he stays within 4/10 of the leaders. Seems to be a bit of traffic in this chicane, and it's Ian Gray is one of them towards the line. Any improvement from him? Nope. We got the McLaren coming through. Kelly's still struggling in 19th place position at the minute. Well, he's actually in the pit, so Kelly is done for qualifying. And back to the 57 of John Andrews. He's in the chicane. Let's see if he improves. He'll get another lap in, as will Flem Speed 1, I think. And John Andrews does improve. He goes up to P20. Flem Speed 1 has opted to bail out, and all these guys are coming towards the final chicane. Will they all get another lap in? That is the question. The next car on a valid lap is the 53 of DJ Phil. So he's currently 14th at the minute. Exits the chicane. And towards the line comes DJ Phil. Any improvement on 14th? No improvement. So we're all getting our last couple of laps in now. And they're all leaving it to the very last minute to get their lap times in. Stawson towards the line. Any improvement? No, but he just got in and doing one more lap. The number 7 as well has gone through. That is Richie. He'll get another lap in. Oh, as Stawson gets involved with an incident just as he comes through turn 1 and finishing his qualifying. Someone stopping right in the way as Finesse crosses 9, and he will only start in 17th place position unless someone improves. It is the 55 of Matthew Duffin towards the line now. Any improvement? P6 at the minute. He goes P4. He gets within half a second of the leaders. And he gets into the 29s, the 57 of John Andrews. Exits the chicane. No improvement. He will start 20th position. Who's then next to come towards the line? That's the 88 of Nova. Can he steal pole position away from Max Mulder? He does. He finds it and he gets himself into the 28s. Max Mulder. Has he got anything left? Evans towards the line. Any improvement from him? He does. He goes P10, so he'll start in 10th place. Max Mulder, though, is not on pole position. He bails. He returns back to the pits. And the number 7 is the only car left. That is Richie to complete a lap time here. But it is Nova taking pole position. And here comes Richie. Into the final sector he goes through the line. And Richie will stay. He improved, actually. He went up to a 20th position. So Richie will start in 20th. So it is Nova on pole position with Max Mulder in second. Third will be Stawson. Fourth is Matt. Fifth is Ian Gray. Sixth is Flem Speed 1. Nikita is in 7th. 8th is John Goudet. 9th is Leon Fernie. D. Evans is in 10th. M. Tucker is in 11th place position. Playman 12. Craigie Duggan 13th. DJ Phil in 14th. Michelle is in 15th place position. Jay Winters in 16th. Finesse in 17th, Michael Chase 18th, Kelly Davis starting 19th, Richie is 20th, John Andrews 21st, Raiden is in 22nd, Oldsbrook in 23rd, and Dean at the back of the pack. We're about to get underway for the feature race here. A 45-minute race here. A long race for these guys. Will they choose to change tyres? Will they choose to run half fuel and fill up? Obviously, if they choose to do that, every litre they put in will obviously cost them time. But will we have a relatively clean start to the race? Race 1 didn't quite go to plan. As I will put a prediction, you guys can vote who you think is going to win this one. And if you haven't done so already, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss any of the action here. The pros will be hitting the track tomorrow. We will see how they take on the evening race here at Zolder. I forgot to mention that. It is an evening race, so these guys will see in the sunset, but that's going to annoy them a little bit. But we will see how these guys get on in the final race here tonight, and the pros will obviously make their debut here at Zolder. But Nova's been the man to beat so far. He's not quite had a clean sweep. He's got pole position. He's had a race win, but Storson's took that race, took that fastest lap in race 1. And there's a poll gone out, so you guys can vote who you think is driver of, you think is going to win a race 2. I'm a bit ahead of myself, and we're going to do driver of the day already. So get your votes in on who you think is going to win this one, or if you think it's going to be somebody else, then please put the message in the chat, and obviously that will count towards that vote as well. So it's been McLaren on the front row most of the season. So it's Nova on pole position, Max Mulder in second, Storson in third, Matthew Duffin in fourth, Ian Gray in fifth, Flemspeed 1 in sixth, Nikita in seventh. What is Flemspeed doing? He needs to stick with him, and this is why things go wrong on the formation lap. Nikita in seventh, John Goudet in eighth, Leon Fernie in ninth, Evans in 10th, Tucker in 11th, Playman in 12th, 13th is Cranky Duckhead, 14th should be DJ Phil, Michelle in 15th, Winter in 16th, Finesse in 17th, 18th is Micro J's, Kelly Davis in 19th, Richie 20th, Andrews 21st, Raiden 22nd, Dean 23rd, and Allsbrook at the back. Also, while you're at it and you are looking on the YouTube channel, head over and look at our Instagram page, our TikTok page, Facebook, Discord, and also if you want to be a part of the action, then head over to the SimGrid, get yourself signed up through the SimGrid, and also make sure that you do the hot stints and filled out every information that we need so we are able to get you on and racing. And also, let's not forget our fantastic sponsors, Design Manchester, Audio Sport, and also our new one, Bozzy Designs. Give them a follow on all their socials. Give them all the respect and support that we do here at Simplay Motorsport. For the second time tonight, we head into the final sector, 2x2, getting ready for the off. Nova back in the pack up. The pack once again is strung out quite a bit. And where is the rest of the pack? They are all finally caught up. But here's Nova, Max Mulder, 2 McLarens on the front row. Round 4, the feature race. We are green here at Zolder, and already Nova gets a drive-through. He's done a drive-through, and that's going to be hurtful for him. He's done an overtaker and got a drive-through as they all work their way through the first part of the circuit, and Matt's gone right around the outside of Storson, and it looks like everyone's relatively, Evans has gone off, but everyone's relatively clean through sector 1, and everyone's still facing the right way. A fantastic start already. But Nova with the drive-through, he's going to be kicking himself for that, and I don't know how he's managed to do that. But it's Nova leading away from Max Mulder in second, Duffin in third. It's up to the chicane. Stawson once again right on the rear wing of Matt, and they all work their way through the chicane as the tables try and update themselves as quickly as possible. They're all working their way through that sector. We have got a car off. Who is that off? I'm not sure who. It's saying Nova. No, it's the Cranky Duckhead who's off. The Cranky Duckhead is off. And oh, we got a Ferrari facing the wrong way. That is Michelle. And he's got going again right in the the chaos of all the cars. But he's managed to negotiate his way through that. And other than Cranky Duckhead going off and a couple of bumped and damaged cars, we're all relatively... Oh, there's Michelle in the wall. Michelle, big damage to the side of his car. Where is he? He's disappeared. Dean's looking to the hairpin. Where is... there's Michelle. Oh, no, not Michelle. That is Richie. Sorry, where is Michelle? He's back to the pits. His internet's gone mental. And Max Mulder has lost the lead of the race. And Matt is right on the rear wing of him as Nova does his pit stop. Stawson, where's Stawson? Stawson's dropped down the order. Where is he? He's in this mid-pack. What's happened to him? Has he had a spin or something? Because he's dropped down the order now. And it's Max Mulder and Matthew Duffin, old time's sake, going at it for the race lead. Flem Speed 1 in third. Goudet in fourth. Leon Fernie in fifth. And Gray in sixth. And it gets worse and worse for Nova. He's sped in the pit lane. And now he's got a 30-second stop and go as well. So Nova, with the frustration, gets another penalty to add on top. Not how he wants this night to go. He looked very good and very strong to score some decent points, but it's going awfully wrong for him now. As they head down towards chicane, Leon Fernie's got a train of cars at the minute behind him, but he's managing to keep him at bay. Ian Gray's the one who's looking like he wants to find a way through. Winter's also looking to try and work his way through the order. Stawson goes down the inside of, I believe that is Nikita. He's gone through. Oh, we've got a car off just ahead, but, sorry, that's Finesse who's dropped down the order. He was a little bit higher. Everyone else is kind of finding their feet now, as the 71 Allsbrook's got a bit of a train behind him. But Nova must be kicking himself. Max Mulder, though, leads the way. Max from Matt from Flem Speed 1. He's got Goudet really hustling the back of him. And through turn one, there you go. Leon Fernie trying to stick with them, but Tucker's looking a little bit quicker this time around as he goes through past Gray, and Gray runs wide and he loses out. Will DJ Phil look to try and capitalise? No, he's a little bit too further back as they all work their way through, as Stawson has found a way through on Micro J's. Micro J's having a solid round at the minute. He said he'd be happy in the top 10, and he's been in the top 10 most of the night. Max Mulder still holding on to Matt, with Flem Speed 1 still trying to keep the Mercedes behind. Surprising, I didn't see more Porsches this season. The Porsche looked like it was getting a lot of attention, but not a lot of Porsche drivers running it. Oh, there's a car off. That is Tucker. He's had a moment, and he's trying to get himself back on track. And away he goes. Kelly Davis, he's got Nikita behind him, John Andrews, and all sorts of cars all over around him. Playman as well, and Kelly Davis slowly working his way through the order. He's got Richie next to try and get past. So Kelly's slowly working his way through the order. But it's Max Mulder with the fastest lap leading the way. Who's got some close fights? John Andrews is he's obviously trying to deal with the pressure of Playman, who's going to look down the inside. He can't quite get the job done. And Kelly's looking interested on trying to get onto at the back of Richie. Go back to the leaders. Max from Matt, still 8/10 separating those two. John Goudet currently still in fourth place. So he's got Leon Fernie starting to hunt him down. Ian's extended the gap to DJ Phil. DJ Phil's holding up a little bit of train of cars with Winter, Evans and Stawson all in this group. And Stawson definitely the quicker of the drivers. And he is looking to try and find a way through ahead of these guys, but he can't seem to find the gap. Micro J's just sitting in the background, waiting for something to happen. And you see that Evans ran a little bit wide. Stawson gets the inside for the right-hander of turn 3, and he gets through. But he's also got so much speed and momentum that he's going to look to try and make a move on Winter. To the chicane there goes. Winters decides to hold on to his line, and Stawson goes through. Winters bounces over the curb, but Stawson's dropped it. Evans and him come together, and Micro J's benefits from that. He manages to keep it on track after a big slide there, but Stawson once again dropping down the order. Meanwhile, behind him, Nikita and Playman still playing at it. And Playman looking to come down towards the chicane. Can he find a way through? As once again, the BMW driver still struggling. Stawson's gone round again. And there's all sorts of chaos. Stawson's having a terrible race too. It is going awfully wrong for him. Where's Dean? They're all starting to work their way through. As Stawson, PN Motorsports in that scrap as well, but it's all gone wrong. Flem Speed 1 has lost the position to John Goudet while we're busy watching all the carnage behind. John Goudet is now back up into third place position, and the feature race seems to be where the Mercedes seems to shine. Leon Fernie in fifth at the minute, stuck behind Flem Speed 1. After all that carnage, DJ Phil has managed to get away from the group behind, and it's Micro J's in 8th, Evans in 9th, 10th is Tucker. Kelly Davis is now 11th and ahead of Richie, so he's gained another place. And he is working his way through the order. Where is Stawson out of all that? He's into the pits, and the pit window hasn't opened for him yet, so it's such a headache for him there. He's just got a lot of catching up to do now. As Leon Fernie looks to send it into this first chicane, but he can't quite get the job done on Flem Speed 1. Now Goudet's been released. Can he hunt down Matt? As Tucker now looking to make a move on Evans. Evans hold on to the inside for the chicane. Tucker trying to get a better run through the chicane to try and lead up to the next chicane. Micro J's is having a fantastic drive at the minute. He's watching cars struggle all the way around them, and he's just picking them off one by one. And into the chicane they go. A bit of dust has been kicked up just ahead of him, and Tucker stays behind. Kelly's now up into 11th place as well, so all these experienced drivers slowly just picking off drivers one by one. Goudet's starting to extend the gap to Flem Speed, but Flem Speed's able to just stick with him, stay in the slipstream down the main straights. But he's got damage to the rear of his car. You can see the Porsche is not quite happy in the corners. There's other fights going on. Winters is trying to find a way past on Finesse. As PN sends it down the inside of John Andrews. That was a good move into the chicane, the hairpin. The cameras are terrible, and it's decided not to show me. And PN does go up another position. Now it's Finesse looking to make a move on John Andrews, but can't seem to find the way through. Bouncing over the curbs, and it looks like Winter's going to look to make a move on Finesse as they head up towards turn 1. Winter looking to the outside of Finesse. Can he get the job done? Yes, he does, but John Andrews with a very slow exit, and that's hold Winters up. Winter, and there's carnage! Finesse and Winter come together, and the two BMWs come off worse with a very slow John Andrews. And joining the party is now Nikita, the other BMW driver. Meanwhile, your race leader, Max Mulder, still extends the gap and has fastest lap. Matt is in second place. John Goudet not able to bring the gap down to Matt. Leon Fernie, P4, as Flem Speed 1's lost a little bit of time, obviously due to the rear end damage of that Porsche, probably not helping him out. As Leon Fernie's P4, Ian's in P5, Flem Speed 1's 6th. Tucker, meanwhile, is still trying to find a way past on the Mercedes driver of Evans, but can't find a way through at this stage. There's some great scraps going up and down at the minute. Finesse is still trying to finesse his way through the pack, as John Andrews has dropped behind them all now, and he's got major damage to the front end of his car. Ian Gray is now onto the back of Leon Fernie. His is his next target. And we all just got to sit and think, what if for Nova? He had such good pace, he looked so good for the feature race, and then out of position possibly at the start, and then obviously a drive through for speeding in the pit lane as well. So not his night. As we see there, Ian's looking to the outside of Leon Fernie. That wasn't going to work around that corner, but Leon's not had the best exit, and Ian's still going to be in contention here, as Nikita is right on the back end of Winter. It was a 10th. We'll come back to that fight in a minute, but Gray and Leon Fernie. Leon just looks a little bit unstable at this stage. And then they head towards the hairpin. We got quite a bit of time still yet to go. Winter still trying to hold up. The rest. Winter trying to find a way past on Nikita. The BMWs go through the chicane. No luck for them at the minute. Playman's found a way past on Finesse. Finesse probably carrying that damage. Dean seems to be struggling this time round. Donington Park looked good for him, but here at Zolder, he just seems a bit off the pace compared to his teammate, as Allsbrook just has a moment and goes off. But Leon Fernie's now extended the gap to Gray. But right now, the closest fight at the minute is the two BMWs, and even that looks like it's spread out now. So everybody pretty much in a following situation. Like I said, not really much going on at this stage. Everyone's pretty much close to one. Leon Fernie's had a moment through the chicane. This is going to allow Ian Gray to have a look to the inside. The 686 BMW looking to the inside of the chicane. They rub doors and they go straight on. Leon Fernie and Ian Gray really coming off. They didn't really lose too much there. But either way, it was not the best situation through the chicane. Flemsby won, gained probably a little bit of time on that, but I say that he's not really gained at all as they took a trip through the chicane. Leon Fernie really seems to be struggling at this stage, and Leon Fernie trying to do everything to keep the BMW driver behind. This is really your closest fight at this stage. Through the chicane they go. A couple of cars in the pits. There's a car exiting pit lane. I believe that is John Andrews, Cranky Duckhead, and I believe it is Michelle who are in the pits. So I have a quick look who is in the pits. It is Cranky Duckhead and Michelle who are in the pit lane and not moved since. But Leon Fernie still trying to hold on to that position from Ian. All these cars have got a little bit of damage. As a bit of sparks getting flown up by Leon Fernie, and the McLaren driver hitting the curb quite hard there. Tucker's got really close to DJ Phil, and they got a very, very fast Nova behind them who wants to try and unlap himself. But this is where Leon Fernie seems to struggle, but he's managed to keep the BMW driver behind. As they go through the chicane. Leon Fernie still keeping the BMW driver at bay. Let's go back to this Tucker DJ Phil fight, and they've got Nova, like I said, trying to unlap himself, and Nova goes around the outside of Tucker. Tucker has to concede there, but he's in the middle of a fight. Winter was on the back of Nikita. Nikita did extend the gap. No, sorry, Nikita was on the back of Evans, and Evans has got away, so maybe a move there from Nikita that didn't quite work out, as Ian back once again onto the rear of Leon Fernie. Into turn one they go, and Leon Fernie's had a pretty poor exit. This is Ian's opportunity. He's going to look to the inside of turn two, and Leon Fernie's able to stop that, and Ian goes wide. He doesn't want to be out there for too long because Flem Speed 1 is just lurking behind. Not really got the pace to really hustle these guys, but he is still there just in case anything does happen, and he's able to capitalize. And once again, Leon Fernie, I think he's probably struggling with the front end of that car because it just seems to be understeering away. Meanwhile, the gap to the leaders was 3.9 a while back. It is now 2 seconds, so Max Mulder seems to be losing a little bit of pace to Matt at the minute. Meanwhile, Nova's still trying to unlap himself. He's got DJ Phil in his way, and he's managed to clear DJ Phil. And DJ Phil has got Tucker right behind him, and Tucker's getting closer. And the pit window has opened. As Tucker once again looks like he's going to go down the inside of DJ Phil, and that should be job done. But DJ Phil still turns in on him. Tucker's still there, and DJ Phil is going to go side by side. They're going to run themselves down to the chicane. Goudet comes straight to the pits. Matt has brought the gap down by another 3/10, and Tucker's going to stay to the outside but can't work his way past DJ Phil. DJ Phil's got deep, and that is it. Tucker has gone through. DJ Phil making that mistake. Playman has had a moment. He was close to Winter, but he's gone back. As we got Ian in, we got Flemspeed 1 in, and Goudet in, and also Micro J's all coming to the pits. But Max Mulder still leads the way. He hasn't got fastest lap anymore. It's now Matt who's got fastest lap. Leon Fernie sitting in third, and John Goudet's gone already. And he's managed to kind of sneak himself into a gap between Evans and Nikita. So that's quite a decent gap there for John. That's a good little spot to come out of. Bit of clean air. As he got some pit stops happening, so it's all going to change now. Oh, as Max Mulder has contact with Playman, and Matt's had contact as well. Both of them major damage as they come into the chicane, and Max can't turn. Max Mulder with major damage. Playman right in the way with major issues, and has made contact with the leaders. So John Goudet is looking possibly good because Matt has got damage, as has Max Mulder. Max can't get in the pits. Or he's trying to get in the pits, but what on earth happened there? Max Mulder has retired and left the session. So Matt's in, Leon Fernie's in, there's Tucker. All these guys have really got damage. Kelly Davis has had a quiet race so far and has worked his way up the order. There is John Goudet. He's currently 7th, and Matt is in the pits. Matt is going to be obviously repairing his damage. We'll keep an eye on where John is. There he is, into the final chicane he goes. He's going to lead this race. Oh, there goes the BMW of Nikita into the wall. And John Goudet leads the way as Matt is still in the pit lane. Leon Fernie, is he going to get dropped before Matt? No, Matt has gone green. So where is Ian? Ian's in the chicane. Matt has gone green now. But what chaos here. Max Mulder is out of this race. So Tucker leads the way, still good to do his pit stop, as does DJ Phil. Kelly Davis is now 3rd, with Evans in 4th. Goudet currently sitting in 5th, with Matt in 6th. Leon Fernie still not been dropped. He's changing tyres probably, as Ian's gone through. Micro J's, he's looking very good for good points here as well. If anything happens to the leaders now, Micro J's is looking for very solid points at the minute. So we'll see how this all pans out with all the pit stops done and dusted. But what a dramatic second race. We thought the sprint race was going to be chaotic. It turns out the feature race was going to be chaotic just as well. So Nikita trying to find a way through on the BMW driver ahead of him. And right now, Flemspeed 1 looks to make a move on Phil, and he gets his way through. So now Tucker, Phil, all still not pitted. Nor has Kelly Davis, nor has Evans. So at the minute, John Goudet, at the minute, is your race leader. And it's going to score some very good points here. He is also going to score some decent points. Micro J's, Flemspeed 1 has gone ahead of Phil. Dean's currently 13th. Leon Fernie with a very, very long pit stop is 14th in the end. Winter's 15th. 16th is Olsbrook. Richie is in 18th. Nova is in 19th, trying to make time. John Andrews has pitted. Playman is still in the pits. And Michelle has come back out on track. Has Cranky Duckhead, or has he stayed in the pits? No, he stayed in the pits. But John will want to try and clear these cars as quickly as possible. He will know Matt will want to hunt him down as quickly as he possibly can. But John Goudet all over the back of the other Mercedes drivers of Evans. Both Mercedes looking a little bit squirrely. Tucker continues on through, trying to use that clean air to his advantage. As DJ Phil comes up towards the chicane, his teammate Kelly Davis, P3. He's a couple of seconds behind his teammate. Looking like Kelly's got a little bit damage to the front end of his car. Is he going to opt to pit? No, he stays out. But what an interesting race so far. It's ended up with loads of cars making mistakes. People tripping over other drivers as Evans now pits, gets out of Goudet's way. And it's John about to get his first ever race win here at Simplay Motorsport. We've had Nova's first win. Is John going to get his? He's just got to keep it facing the right way. Tucker's option to stay out. And Matt's going to try and bring that gap down as much as he possibly can. There's no real fights going on at the minute. All the gaps are either spread across, or they're even in the pits, or they're lapping cars. So Tucker still yet to pit, but Goudet looking good in P4. Evans is in. He's going to drop down the order. Has he changed tyres? That's the question. And where is Jays? There he is. He's gone through the first couple of corners. Once again, looking very good to score some very good points. And Evans to Gray, he'll be in the podium positions as well. As we are just coming up to halfway through this race. But Tucker still continues on through. Kelly Davis trying to clear traffic. The Ferrari goes into the pits. That's just put Kelly off a little bit because he carried a little bit too much speed into the chicane. We've got a Ferrari driver in the way of the first of the pit stoppers leaders. That is Goudet, and he's made contact with the Ferrari. And the Ferrari driver really not getting out of the way of the leaders at the minute. That's the number 7 of Richie. He's failing to get out of his way, but he's finally done so. And we just reached a halfway stage. Tucker and DJ Phil and Kelly Davis still yet to pit. Goudet is going to come up and pass Kelly Davis without needing the pit stop. And once again, a lot more cars back in the pits, and the gaps are starting to sort themselves out. As we've got Finesse onto the back of Winters, a lot of car with damages. And as we get to the halfway stage, I will end the poll there. And majority thinking that Nova was going to win that one. Or Max Mulder, and at the minute, it's neither of them. It's looking like Goudet is the one to beat, and Matt is going to try and hunt him down as best he can. But Goudet's now going to try and pass Kelly Davis, who doesn't have to get out of the way. He is racing for position. But meanwhile, we've got a BMW scrap here. We've got Olsbrook, Winter, and Finesse all going at it in the M4s. As the other two M4s of Matt and Gray further up are just having a better time of it, as Nikita, the Winter is going to go down the inside and past Olsbrook he goes. Finesse tries to go with him, but can't quite get that job done. Kelly still holding up Goudet at the minute, as Tucker has now come into the pit. We go back to this BMW scrap, and Finesse hasn't found a way past on Olsbrook. And Nova is onto the back of John Andrews. Nova, with no real damage to his car and staying out of trouble, has got himself back up in the 19th place, and every point will still count and matter towards the end of the season. Tucker is going to drop down the order quite a bit. Where is Gray? There he is. Jays goes through, so Tucker is going to fall behind. Flem speed 1, maybe Phil as well, as Phil goes into turn 1. Tucker is off the limiter. Into turn 2 they go. Tucker exits the pits, and he does go ahead of Phil. And there goes the Porsche driver, Flem Speed 1 staying ahead of the Audi. And it's still the top two drivers to pit, and that is DJ Phil and Kelly Davis, the Audio Sport crew. And Kelly Davis comes in with his teammate. Both drivers opting to pit at the same time, which gives Goudet the lead of the race, and that has held him up massively. And Matt has brought that 10-second gap down to 6.6. Can he catch him towards the end of the race? That is the question. And if he does, will he be able to hold on to the lead? Finesse still looking to try and make a move on Allsbrook. Phil and Kelly have both gone green. Kelly's gone, as has Phil. Kelly actually ahead of Phil. No, there's Phil. The cameras are weird there. So Ian's into the first corner, and there is Micro J's. This is going to be close between him and Kelly. So J's goes into turn 1, and Kelly exits the pit lane. There is J's. And out they come. Kelly goes into 5th place position after all of the chaos that's been through, and he's been at the back for qualifying. He's up into 5th place position, so that would be a good day for him. But it's John from Matt, from Ian, as I say Ian, and Ian's had a spin. He's had a moment. Where is DJ Phil? He's not close enough, so Ian's had a moment. Has he got damage? Doesn't look like he has, but Ian's had a moment in the chicane. And now he drops down the order. Wow, what a bit of chaos there for Ian. He's dropped down the order, so it's really going to be between Matt and John now for the race win. As Matt comes to the line, what is the gap? It is 5.1. That gap is coming down very, very fast, and John has got 18 minutes to keep Matt behind him. Finesse is still trying to find a way back on Allsbrook. Allsbrook gets quite close to him there as Finesse goes down into the chicane. But they got lapped cars trying to get their way through. DJ Phil trying to find a way through, and Finesse gets out of the way of DJ Phil. And DJ Phil trying to find a way through on Allsbrook now. DJ Phil through the first corner. They go. Allsbrook goes wide, and that's going to give Finesse a chance to go around the outside. He's going to get the job done, or is he not? Allsbrook's going to try and be brave on the brakes. No, that is it. Finesse has gone through. He needed a lapped car to help him out, but he has finally worked his way through. Micro J's is caught onto the back of Kelly Davis, so this should be a good scrap, and I believe these two are also in a party together, so they'll be able to communicate with one another. But meanwhile, Nova is just flying his way through. Where is Nova? He's 18th, and 17th is Richie. So it's going to take a miracle for him to catch Richie. 17 minutes, 28 seconds. So he's got basically, you've got to do 2 seconds a lap to catch him. And Kelly looking a little bit squirrely, and I think he's just going to let Nova go. Nova very, very fast. Yeah, there he goes. So there's no point fighting a car that's super, super quick and a lap down. Meanwhile, Flem Speed 1 is catching this squabble of Kelly Davis and Micro J. So Jay gets right on the back of Kelly Davis through that middle sector. Leon Fernie's also caught Dean. Oh, no, Dean's had a moment. So Dean's lost out. Evans is now going to look to make a move on Dean. And Evans goes through. So the gap did come down between Matt and John, but it has extended even more. John Andrews has had a moment. So he's tumbling back down the order. That should help Nova, I think. Yep, Nova's gone through. And he's got Richie as well. So Richie and... Oh, no, sorry, Richie. Where is Richie? He's going over across the line now. No, he's returned back to the pits. Richie's back into the pits. So... That's all confusing. So anyway, back to the fight of Micro J's lost out to Flem Speed 1. Me trying to figure out what's happened to drivers, and I've missed where Flem Speed 1's got past Micro J's. So the Porsche driver with the repairs done is looking a lot quicker now. Can he get onto the back of Kelly Davis? That's the question. That is Evans in the wall. What has happened to him? Dean's not involved. Where's Leon Fernie? There's Leon Fernie. So as Leon Fernie and Evans come together, that's the question. Winter is now coming on to the back of Evans. As Flem Speed 1 and Micro J's and Kelly Davis all going to be fighting out for the last place on the top 5. And 15 minutes left to go. Everybody has done their pit stops by the Cranky Duckhead, but he is retired. So, with 15 minutes left to go, John Goudet, can he hold on to his first win here at Simplay Motorsport? Matt, though, is pumping in some fast laps, purple of them all, and he's flashing Dean to get out of his way, but Dean will try and hold him up as much as possible. Nope, that is John's teammate, but Dean's getting right out the way. Ian's currently in a solid P3. He's got quite a comfortable gap to DJ Phil in P4. Kelly Davis is then in P5, and he's holding up Flem Speed 1, Micro J's, and Tucker has worked his way past Micro J's. So where Micro J's was looking good for points in the top 5, he's dropped down now to P8. So Tucker now working to get onto Flem Speed 1. Flem Speed 1's working to get onto back at Kelly. Phil Radon's currently in P9 with Leon Fernie in P10. Dean is P11 with Evans in P12. Winter is P13. Finesse is down in 14th place position, with Allsbrook not too far behind with Nikita in 16th. Nova has worked his way back up to 17th with Andrews in 18th. Richie's in the pits. Playman is on track and trying to unlap himself. He's currently 20th. Oh, Ian's had another moment. There's DJ Phil, and he's trying to catch. Oh, Finesse is really hustling the back of DJ Phil. DJ Phil not a lot quicker than these guys, and he's really struggling to keep him ahead. Meanwhile, the lead gap is down to 2.9, so John must have had an issue somewhere. He has lost a lot of time there. Let's have a look. Where is John? His last lap. It's not going to tell me. Yeah, it is. His last lap was a 32.9. His best is a 30.3. So he's made a mistake somewhere. And he's a little bit quicker in the middle sector here. Flem Speed 1 is now on the back of Kelly Davis. Porsche versus McLaren. Kelly carrying a little bit of damage to the front end of that car, and looks like a freshly clean Porsche behind. So Flem Speed recovering the damage that had been made. Right now, Flem Speed 1 trying to find a way past on Kelly Davis. This is your closest fight. Admin will keep an eye on the Delta at the top 2, but Flem Speed 1 looking to the outside of Kelly Davis as they head up towards the first chicane, and the braking is much better on the Porsche, but the McLaren driver sticks it in there, and Flem Speed 1 stays ahead. Tucker is now joined in this scrap. So Tucker and the other McLaren's got up behind, and he's gone straight in on the attack and got past Flem Speed 1. Flem Speed 1's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to get involved in that. And Kelly staying in front of the guys, and there's a Ferrari going straight on behind them. Can Kelly keep these two behind him? That is the question. And Kelly really trying to make sure that he keeps the McLaren and the Porsche driver behind him. This is going to be a great scrap towards the end. As Matt comes towards the middle first sector, the gap stayed the same as Kelly still trying to hang in there. But Flem Speed 1 got caught napping by Tucker, but Tucker now is going to see why Kelly Davis is one of the most difficult people to get past. And Kelly's had a bad exit out of the final chicane, but Tucker's going to have to go around the outside, and he's pretty much already got the job done. But Kelly's going to still send it into the first corner and holds them up again. Kelly holds onto the position. Tucker's going to go around the outside. Flem Speed 1's getting involved now, and Tucker turns in on Kelly. And Kelly's like, oh, you're not going through there, mate. And Kelly comes off worse. Drops down the order, and now Tucker probably got a little bit of damage. Just Ferrari driver, whoever's the Ferrari, is really hustling the back of these guys. I'm not sure who it is. I believe it's Michelle. Yeah, Michelle's really hustling these lot, even though he's a lap down. A lot of the lap drivers really causing a little bit of carnage. Flem Speed 1 is not happy with him at the minute. Michelle is 9 laps down, and he's right in the middle of this scrap. So Tucker now up into P5. And Flem Speed clearly not happy. You can see him flashing the lights at him, and you can see why. You know, he's in a great little scrap with Kelly Davis and Tucker, but he can't fight him if Michel's flying at the minute, and he's just causing a bit of a nuisance. Leader's gap is still 2.4. Matt has been bringing the gap down, but it's not enough at this stage. As they go through the chicane, Kelly Davis not able to get... Oh, Tucker's made a mistake. And once again, Michel's right in this scrap. Flem Speed 1 is trying to find a way through. He's got that, obviously, weight on board. And Michel goes into turn 1. And just caused all sorts of chaos. There's damage to the side of Tucker's McLaren. Flem Speed 1 in the Porsche still trying to find a way through. And now, once again, Michel gets right out of the way. And is behind this scrap again. I think Tucker is probably struggling with a little bit of understeer. He lost a little bit of time through that right-hander to the Porsche driver. To go into the chicane once again. And Michel this time sitting behind and not getting involved. Meanwhile, John and Matt still going at it. First and second. 2 seconds is the gap. And Flem Speed 1's ran wide, trying to catch onto the back of Tucker. And I think Tucker, as long as he don't make any more mistakes, should be okay. And Tucker now, he's got his lights on. He can see a lapped car ahead of him. And it does not want him in the way. I believe that's Allsbrook in the way. He's not quite caught up to him yet, but it's still Kelly and Flem Speed 1 still having a fight. Excuse me. And now the gap is now 1.6 between Matt and John. The gap's come down, but is it enough? DJ Phil is trying to work his way through lap traffic. He's got Nova in his way. So Nova, I think, is trying to work his way through. But now it is Matt versus John for the race win. Kelly Davis is still trying to work his way onto the back of Flem Speed. Flem Speed trying to get back on Tucker. But this is the fight now. It is John versus Matt with 7.5 minutes left to go. Evans has also caught Winter here, so this is going to be a scrap with the new boys. And we'll keep an eye on all these scraps at the minute. Kelly Davis seems to not have the pace for these guys. The 93 has a drive-through. That is Michel for track limits. So it's now John versus Matt for the win. 7 minutes left to go. Can Matt get another win to his name? Can he stop John from getting his first ever win? Matt working his way through a chicane. He's a lot better through a chicane. Oh, he's got a little twitch there on exit. Meanwhile, Dean has lost out to Winter, and Evans is on the back of them as well. So all the scraps are starting to happen now. Tucker and Flem Speed are kind of stable for a minute. But Dean, Winter, and Evans all going at it. But this is your fight for the race lead. John Goudet, Matthew Duffin going at it. Gray has got quite a gap to DJ Phil, so he's pretty much done for third place, unless he does a massive mistake, as Michel has completed the drive-through. This is going to be interesting, because he's going to come right out in this scrap, and he's managed to stay right out of the way instead of racing these boys, which was a good option. And I think Dean's had a moment. Yes, he has. He's got more damage to the rear end of his car. And Evans has worked his way past. But it's Matt versus John Goudet. Matahimovic, Hypertech. The two of the admin members. And going at it for the race win here for the feature race. John trying to get his first. Matt trying to get his next race. And he's doing the very boring and kind of annoying tactic of flashing his lights. And John now just trying to keep it facing the right way. As they head into the hairpin. And Matt tries to get a better exit, a better run, but is unable to. And Matt still, with the traction zones, just holding him off with the restrictor and the weight. He's not able to get alongside John as much as he would like. And into sector 1 they go again. This is your main fight. Tucker's got a drive through. So Tucker's going to, all that time that he's made up, he's going to lose all that. And he's going to come into the pits and serve his drive-through. So all that hard work is gone. Kelly Davis lost quite a bit of time, but no one's really close enough to him. Nikita's caught onto at the back of Allsbrook, and I think he sent it down inside of the hairpin. Has he got through? Where is? There he is. Allsbrook is still ahead of Nikita as Finesse is coming to the pits. So Finesse is going to lose some points here. 23. Number 23, drive-through is still got to do for Tucker. But here's your fight for the leaders. Still Matt behind John. John's trying to hang in there best he can. But again, DJ Phil with another fantastic drive for himself is really stating a claim here as there's a Ferrari off in the background. That was Michelle. As we will get driver of the day ready for you guys. There, John's made a little bit of a mistake. He's ran wide. Matt got a little bit closer. He's a little bit more interested now, and they go side by side. Matt's gone through. John losing out there as the number 30 now gets a drive through. That is Finesse. Stop and go for speeding in the pit lane, but John's coming back. He has the straight line advantage in the Mercedes, and he will have the traction as Leon Fernie sparking up the place. And Matt gets hold of the race lead. John's win just slips away from him. But can John come back at Matt? That is the question. As John will not want to give this up. This is the best opportunity. He's going to probably get a win. Meanwhile, Evans and Winters. Where is Evans? There he is. Winters had a moment. What's happened to Winter here? He's very, very slow. And this is what I mean. You never give up because Nova is slowly picking off people one by one with their mistakes. Allsbrook is still got pressure from Nikita. But what has happened to Winter? He is grinding to a halt. Is he out of fuel? Must be out of fuel. John Goudet still giving Matt a hard time, and I think we may have 2 more laps to go. I get driver of the day set up. Get your votes in on who you think is driver of the day. But Nikita still giving Allsbrook a hard time, and Winters had to stop. Must have run out of fuel. And Nikita has finally got past Allsbrook. Winter has returned to the pits, and it must have been a fuel issue for him. As Leon Fernie's had a moment, which is right in the way of these two. And once again, John gets right on the rear wing of Matt. Is he going to try and send it into the chicane? Leon Fernie's had a moment though, and he's hit him. Leon Fernie, what is he doing? Stole a race podium away from Smithy, and he's now just clobbered into the side of John. Leon Fernie, what on earth were you playing at? He'd missed his brakes. He's not really racing anyone either. Pien's way down in the distance. Evans is nowhere near him. Leon Fernie's made a massive mistake there, and that has pretty much given Matt the win, because John's going to be carrying that damage now. And Matt is going to add a third win to his name this season. And Tucker has now served his drive-through. He's lost out to a few others. Oh, the leader has finished. Matt has won the race. John Goudet will finish in second, and Ian will finish in third. I'm not sure. That was tight. That must have been very tight. Matt wins from John Goudet. And here comes Ian Gray for a very good P3 for him. Into the final chicane he comes. Nova's managed to work his way back up to 15th place position. Leon Fernie finishes 10th. Evans in 11th. But Ian Gray finishes in P3. DJ Phil is going to come home for a very good P4. A very, very good P4 for DJ Phil. Solid points for him as he crosses the line. Nova finishes in 15th place position. There, just ahead, is Dean. Winters finishing 16th in the end. 17th. Finesse is in the pits as well. Flem Speed 1 comes home in 5th for a solid 5th place position. Kelly Davis follows home Nikita, and Kelly will get 6th. Micro J's is going to finish in 7th place position with his teammate following him home, Phil Radin in 8th. And Tucker doing his drive-through. He should have been higher, but he pushed the limits a little bit too far. He comes home for a solid 9th in the end. And then it's John Andrews to cross the line, and that is everybody done. Richie not quite finished, but it's Matthew Duffin from John Goudet from Ian Gray, your top 3. What a race that's been. That is probably one of the more dramatic races where accidents really didn't have an effect. It was just a little bit sloppy from some of the drivers. Matt, is the tables updated?
I'm just doing them now, mate.
Okay, cool. As I will try and see. I'm not sure if we will be able to hear John. Hopefully, if he's
Hypertech
able.
has sorted his stuff, yeah. I've worked on it with him.
Cool. Perfect. So if we're able to get Hypertech in, he should be in this pie anyway. No, he's not. So invite him in. And it's not sure if Ian is a one to talk to. We'll be with you in a second, Nova. We'll talk to you about race 1 in a minute. But what a dramatic race that was. We'll have a quick word with Nova. Obviously, you got your first win here in the Pro-Am category in the sprint race, but the feature race didn't quite go your way. Talk about your first race and how things went so wrong in race 2.
Yeah, no, the first race went really well. I was obviously finishing P1. I just tried to keep it on track, no mistakes, to keep it calm. And that's what won it for me in the end. I just, didn't let Matt behind me with his flashing lights put me off. But I had to actually, I under-fueled the car at the beginning, so I actually stopped and put some extra fuel in, which obviously cost me about 6 seconds in the pit. So it was pretty comfortable the first race. The second race, it was an absolute nightmare. I just got too fast over the start line, gave me a drive-through. As I was coming to pit to serve my drive-through, I hit the wall, so I got damage. So I served my drive-through, I had to come around, pit, repair, and then I got a 30-second penalty for speeding because I didn't get on the limit quick enough. So it was quite a disaster. And then it was just trying to repair the damage that was done, trying to get back up the field. So I got up to 15th, I think, in the end, which wasn't too bad, but you learn from your mistakes. It's not going to happen again. Next week, it's all go.
Well, that's it. Every point matters in this championship. No matter where you finish, you need to score points, even if it is just a fastest lap as well. So it's all that matters.
Yeah.
Next week is Nürburgring, and it's going to be an early morning race. Do you think with the car you have at the minute and the pace you have, can you really start giving Matt and John this fight to the end to the season, or is it just try and keep those mistakes out?
I definitely can fight them. And it's also keeping the mistakes out. The mistakes are what are ruining my races at the moment. So I just need to, calm down when I do make a mistake. It's when I make a mistake I get a bit pressured and do more mistakes. So it's just calming it down and just practicing at the Nürburgring. It's not my best track to do, so we'll see what happens. But I can fight for the win. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm coming from Matt. Don't worry.
Well, congratulations nonetheless on the first race, and nice to hear from you.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks.
And we go to your top two. I can't find Ian Gray.
I'm working on it.
We'll go to John.
Afternoon.
Just got away from you.
Oh, mate. Race 1 went that great. Got caught in all the palaver at the beginning. I'm quite chuffed of where I managed to pull myself back, to be fair, because I had about 20 seconds worth of damage. It just slowed me up in race 1, but I had the pace there. Again, I think I put in the quickest lap on race 1 as well. Going into race 2, I was saying to Dean, I've just got to try and stay out of the trouble. Put myself in a mediocre. I weren't too happy about where I was on qualifying, but still wasn't a bad place really. It was just trying to make it through that first turning and through the first chicane. And once I knew I got through that, I knew it was just plain sailing after that. So, but yeah.
It could have been, but Matt just managed to cut you in the end. But how frustrating is it? You were there, you had the race win in your hands, and just Matt hunting you down with a restrictor and ballast. It must be almost as annoying losing to me.
Yeah, quite. To be too fair, you ran away with the league last season. To be fair, but no, I was watching the times, and I could see Matt was closing. I was just like, if I could try and just keep it between the 5 second mark, which I did for a while. I was like seeing him drop down to 6 seconds, and I was like, it's just my tyres were wearing off, and I could just see him coming down and coming down. Yep. And then he got on my case. And I was like, right, I've got a fight on here. And I'd just done a silly little mistake, which made him come through. But I still managed to stick on him. And I was going to send it, or going to try and do a safe send it. But I think it was Leon came up behind me and just slammed me into the back, which then I lost all rear downforce. And he just got away from me then. I was like, oh. So, but yeah, it was a good battle. I really enjoyed it. It was just those, again, what Nova was saying, those silly little mistakes that kind of cost me the first place, really. But Matt was on form this race. He was closing up that gap majorly.
Yeah. Well, just Gray, can you just mute your mic for a second?
Just got away from me then.
Hello? I don't know how to get my sound onto the TV. It's just coming out of the controller.
Right. Okay. Just give us.
Wait a minute. Let me put my headphones on. Come out on my headphones.
Bit of a.
Sorry, 1 second.
Not a problem.
Is that coming out my headphones? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Right, okay, can you just give us 2 seconds? Just mute your mic for 2 seconds. We'll just finish with John a minute. So John, with next race we go to is Nürburgring, early morning race. What do you think you can do then? Can you stop Matt?
Well, I'm going to try and stop Matt. To be fair, Matt's a really quick driver. I already know this. He's come down from Pro into here. And I think the difference between Pro and Pro-Am, considering this season, is the consistency.
Yeah.
My consistency is still kind of growing. I've come on leaps and bounds over the last 2 seasons. But yeah, it's just the silly little mistakes. I think I'm just putting too much pressure on the tyres, which is then wearing them down quicker.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, next race, I really like Nürburgring. It's a really good track of mine. I absolutely love it. So I'm hoping I can try and get what I've got today, if not better. I'm going to try and push for the win. I've got to get that win. But again, Nova, is another quick driver. I've actually spoke to him. I was like, "You're a quick driver. You just need to cancel out all these like little issues that he's doing." Again,
Yeah.
I've been there. You know yourself. I've been there. Like the amount of drive-throughs and all that, like silly mistakes. But yeah, it's his first season. But Nova is a force to be reckoned with. He's so quick, and he's like on his day he's really good.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's quite an interesting top half of the table, to be fair. Because to be fair, I was looking at the tables in qualifying, from first to I think 7th, it was like 6/10 in it.
It's very close.
It's really close. So, and I mean, it makes it better for the viewers, doesn't it? Like that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Close racing. So, and that's what we're here to do: give a good show.
Well, once again, well done on the second place and commiserations. Not quite getting the win, but
Yeah.
maybe next time.
It's coming. It's coming.
Well done, mate. We now go to Gray, Ian Gray. Are you there? Can we hear you?
Yeah, hi, are you alright?
I'm doing very well. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
Well, first things first, congratulations. Welcome to the podium for the first time this season. How does that feel?
Thank you very much. Yeah, really happy about that. I didn't expect to get that kind of result so early on. I mean, I only joined, I think, the league last week.
Yep.
My first sort of introduction to any sort of league racing at all. I had a bit of a nightmare last week. I didn't have any practice. I've never driven in the wet at all, and kept having like disaster after disaster. And I thought this week I need to kind of redeem myself a bit. I had a bit of a bad first race. I accidentally turned my engine off as it was lining up for 2, and I couldn't get my engine back started. So I think I started like right at the back of the grid, and then I got caught up in everybody crashing, and yeah, it's a nightmare.
Well,
But I was just happy just to get a bit of a better flow in the second race and try and keep out of a bit of chaos.
yeah, it looked like you had a much better race too. Obviously, the BMW seems very suited around this circuit. How did it feel for you?
Yeah, it was really good. It's just the track. It's a very unforgiving track. I mean, the first chicane, if you get it wrong, it's just disaster. And I had a couple of moments where I was thinking, oh no, I've spun out. But luckily, I had enough space in front of me to kind of spin around and get going again and recompose myself. But yeah.
Obviously, next week we move to Nürburgring for the next race, early morning race. How do you think you're going to get on there?
Honestly, I've no idea because I've hardly really done any driving on that track, so I'll have to put a little bit of practice in and just see how we go, really.
Well, nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the P3 tonight. A solid job.
Thank you.
And now we head to your race winner, Matthew Duffin. 3 race wins with a restrictor and a ballast car. I still think we need to, Mike, talk about this Retier and get him in it, because this is looking too easy for him.
I think you're wrong.
Obviously, first things first, a lot.
Put it that way, Dan. I need guttering. That was hard work. Jeez.
A lot of the fast guys seem to be making their own mistakes tonight. Nova obviously drive through and they speeding in the pit lane. A couple of other guys getting caught up in their own little mistakes, and it was between you and John in the end, the 2 admin drivers going at it for the race win.
Hypertech hit the nail on the head, you know. He said that coming out from pro, bringing that consistency, and that's the biggest thing. Last week, Max should have won race 2. He made a mistake. Storenson should have won race 2. He made a mistake. This week, Nova made the mistake race 2. Max made a mistake race 2. Hypertech made a mistake race 2. I've not won this race through overtaking them, you know, and having a good battle. It's been their mistakes that's won me the races. And that's the big thing, consistency.
Like you said earlier, Max Mulder making that mistake. Nova not really on the form either for race 2. Thorsten making mistakes.
Yeah.
Are you starting to think that John is going to be your main challenger because he's the one who's able to keep it clean and consistent. And also, Flem Speed 1 also in a car that's hampered as well. He's looking like he's able to keep with you as well. It's not going as easy as you think it is.
No, I think it's a lot more difficult. I think I'm making results look like it's easy. It's so hard. What did I qualify? 6th, 4th? I was 10th and 8th for ages. I think I got 4th at the end when people were in the pits. It's hard work. It is really hard work out there. And, you know, Hypertech, John's sort of my closest rival at the minute. Terra looks quick. Nova. Flem Speed looks like he's got pace as well. You know, and then you chuck Storensen and Max into the mix on the day, and it's going to be difficult. You know, we saw in race 1 I couldn't stick with Nova. Storensen was right up my rear end for the rest of race 1 after the pit stops. Yeah, it's tough. The restrictor and the ballast really makes this hard, and my top is wet through working hard to push and catch John. Like, I have really put some effort in there to catch John.
Well, next week we head to the Nürburgring, a circuit that I feel like you don't seem to go strong at.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And also a lot of traction zones there, where you see the restrictor and the ballast is hurting you.
You see tonight, the chicanes and the hairpin was killing me. Catching John, that's where John was able to pull away. Then first couple of corners, a bit more of a flow to it, you know, carry the speed through. That's where I was able to keep with John, catch John a little bit more. So yeah, Nürburgring, it could be an absolute nightmare. We've got to work hard. We've come from the back again in race 1. There's going to be time coming up this week again. I think that we've got to sort of look to work in that traction zone area, but with the weight and the less power in the car due to the handicap I had to carry this season, that's where the car's going to struggle in the traction zones and at the top speed. So yeah, we got work to do. It's not going to be Nürburgring's not going to be easy, but look, well done to Nova in race 1, well done to John in the second race, and Ian as well. And you know, big massive shout as well. DJ Phil was trying to catch in P4. We had Kelly up there in the top 10. We had Jay in the top 10. You know, we got some guys that on their hot stints didn't look massively quick, but you know, they're starting to find their feet a little bit now, and it's making this championship interesting.
Indeed it is, and the reverse grids helps. But nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the win tonight, and you've extended your championship lead.
Yeah, cheers buddy, well done again to John and Nova and everybody on the podium.
Yeah, well done, man.
As we do a quick run through of the championship standings, it is Matt still leading the way. He's got 210 points to his name. He's 45 points ahead of John Goodday. In P3 is Flem Speed 1, P4 is Nova, P5 is DJ Phil, P6 is Kelly Davis, the two Audio Sport boys close to one another, working their way up the order. Leon Verney P7 with Max Mulder P8, Dean is in 9th with Ian Gray working his way up to P10. Micro J is in 11th with Stawson in 12th. Raiden in 13th with Nikita in 14th. 15th is Andrew, 16th is Allsbrook. Playman is in 17th, Evans is 18th, 19th is Cranky Duckhead, Winter is 20th, Dean Wasaki 21st, Tucker is in 22nd, Michelle 23rd, Peterson 24th, Finesse in 25th, Richie 26th, and Ducky Warfare at the back. Regarding the teams, Greasy Bandits Racing lead the way, 8 points ahead of Jaeger Motorsport, with Team Audio Sport Remix in P3. FSO Racing has dropped back down the order to P4. The top 4 separated by 17 points. In 5th place is Bullet Bandits Racing and Iceni Motorsport in P6, with BTC Jaeger Racing in 7th. 8th is Team Richie Corsa, and in 9th is Red Dragon Racing. And regarding the manufacturers, B&W lead the way ahead of McLaren. So that's the first time BMW's taken the lead, with Lamborghini in 3rd, with Ferrari in 4th, Mercedes 5th, Porsche 6th, Bentley 7th, Aston Martin 8th, Audi 9th, Honda 10th, Lexus 11th, Jaguar, Nissan, and Retia bringing up the rear. That has been Zolder for the Pro-Am. It's been a dramatic night's worth of racing. We have had a new race winner with Nova. and also a brand new podium man in Ian Gray as well. It's been a fantastic night's worth of racing. The pros hit the track tomorrow night. Let's see how they get on. Nash is looking very, very fast in his Lamborghini, with myself and Mike Matthews leading the way at the minute for Slim Play Racing, but can we hold on to that lead? That is the question. Or is Nash Overtaker, Joe and Gary Leach going to give us the biggest headache? And also, one thing I am very looking forward to hearing is the Hofner is bringing the old Aston Martin to the grid, V12, and what a noise that is going to... It's going to be exciting. Matt will bring you the commentary with Phil, PN with you in the commentary box. And one last thing to do is like and subscribe to the channel and head into the bio below and have a look at our fantastic sponsors of Audio Sport, Design Manchester and Bozzy Designs. But it has been another night where Matt's extended the championship lead, but John is right on his heels, really breathing down his neck to make sure he works hard all the way to the end. The Pro-Ams will see you in a week's time at Nürburgring. Good night. Okay.
We clear.
Yeah.
Job.
Shit.